Hello and good morning. It is the 28th day of March 2017. Welcome. My name is Derek, and let's take a look at these markets starting within silver, which after this move in here, I've talked about this sideways correctionary band yesterday or lately, and it continues to go up. This is like 9-10 days up in a row, sort of like the weekly chart had. Interesting pattern where you had this 2 month low volatile uptrend followed by giving half of it back in a little over a week with really no bounce. The only real bounce during the entire trend was this candle here, and now it's going up without any bounce to the downside or any retracement as of yet. So very interesting setups to say the least. As far as key support is concerned, this level is the first one in at 1787. I've removed the other Fibonacci for the upside line, but then after that, you're talking about maybe the band, because they could coincide with going higher, but this little range in here would be the next key level. It does look like a very bullish situation because this is the same as yesterday, current phase. I just broke fib, short-term resistance only. Maybe I can add our check. Was there any short-term support there? Or maybe there was, but this level did not too well. So what does this tell you? Well, it tells you that you're probably either A, going to support this mark. It doesn't look that way. Or B, fast move to the next level. That's the only one left. Maybe it's going to eventually find a major pierce resistance above it, but it does look as if the favorite in the near term is a move to the previous mark, breaking above here using Fibonacci upside from this high and this low, has a target in at around 1968. Let's change this to the weekly time frame. And in here, there was a lot of lower highs, a lot of lower lows, and well, that pattern's over because a higher high is different than a lower high. And a higher low is different than a lower low. How do I know this is a higher low? Because you know it after the fact, and after the fact is when it has a decent break above this 18 average for my book, and that just happened. So now it's all about testing this high as we were seeing on the daily time frame. Can it make its first higher high? If it goes up here like that, just something where it goes to this level and doesn't retrace much, meaning it stays within the band and breaks it, that's a higher high. We'll see how this level plays. I can't draw straight lines too well, but if you connect these points, you do have a descending triangle. There's so much there. You also would have this weekly golden cross move with the 50 and 200 week average. You know, a lot of people like that. It's going to cross mathematically. It's inevitable. It's really simple math. It's a simple moving average. And it's going to spark traders delay. It's a delayed indicator. I don't like moving averages. I mean, this is the only one I use, which is a front-weighted 18 average, looking at the highs and the lows and the closes. Only one I really like, but something other people are looking at. Let's move this on to the Bitcoin chart, which has been making a pattern of lower highs and lower lows. It is in this correctionary band, moving up to the 18 average of highs, yet still well or below this level in here. The last key range was 891 to 1118, which is this low and this high. That's in here. 979 and 1025 were the key fib marks. So 1025 has been taken out. It is key support now. It has been supported a little bit once already. And it's still that of supports. And within this, you got a situation of, okay, this is looking pretty strong. 4 up days in a row. Yet it still hasn't done anything to revert the trend. It's in the correctionary phase within this downtrend because the 18 average is declining. It's having its second declining test within such. And to revert the trend, you got the keeping this thing going sideways, which now means staying above 1,000 and really below 1,100 to keep this thing going sideways, because if you go below it, it's going to keep declining, and if you go above 1,100, it's going to start to rise. So we're in that correctionary phase as of this point. Now, as far as the key Fibonacci level, pretty much everything in this box is the same sort of deal. It's the neutrality, and that's based on this low and this high. So it's at a very big pivot moment, and you're really going to need to have a clear break above this high for any real conviction towards the upside, and that'll be interesting as it plays out. It'll be both bullish and bearish to have a correction, because usually from this point you're not going to go up further. The warning signs to that is a large green candle up if it doesn't obey what it's usually doing. It's not supposed to do it, but if it doesn't obey what it usually does, that's a very normal direct result from such, because it's supposed to at least go down lower. That's both bullish and bearish now. I mean, bearishly, of course, it's going to just make the lower low, but bullishly, you would like to see what silver was doing on the weekly chart, make a higher low, and then, or daily chart even too, and then go higher from there. That would be ideal. Or, of course, even just continue to go sideways for maybe 3 or 4 days within this band and then go higher, correct either through price or through time, would be what I would expect. But the market's going to do what the market's going to do, and there's nothing else you can do other than adjust as such and make the best moves that you possibly can based on what you see is given to you. There's really not much more else I can say. Let's look at this homemade BTC colon OCC. It's not over the counter, it's OCT. This is Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. This is what I did about 15 days ago. So with Bitcoin having these 4 up days in a row, this chart pattern with just this little data, with the down move of 6 consecutive days, a little up move, down move, and it's an interesting pattern to say the least. It's basically showing that the alternate cryptocurrencies should still continue to outperform Bitcoin over the next little while. Of course, I don't have much data, but with that being stated, there is still need for a decent uptrend that would move like decent green candles up. With that being said, if this thing rolls over to another low, this thing can go down to like say 140, and then it has a big move up to 240. It's a matter of when this would happen, and this is not unofficial one. I'm just doing one of the crypto trading sites. I put 0.0025 bitcoins in it, and this lets me figure out how they do against it, and that's why my homemade index exists. Take care and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.